Within this presentation, we will be focusing on the sentence, "It don't make any difference." Everyone uses English differently, so we will be looking into whether or not it is grammatically correct to say "it don't make any difference." Just as Walraff says, no two people use English alike. Not even two people who use standard English use it alike, and the differences mean something, whether the speaker knows it or not. Inside of my contraction, we have the word don't, which contains an apostrophe. Apostrophes continued to change how they were being used until the mid-1800s, until set rules were placed on how they should be used. One of the ways we use apostrophes is as a contraction, which is how it is being used within my construction. According to the New York Public Library Writer's Guide to Style and Usage, a contraction is defined as a shortened form of a word or a phrase. Contractions contain an apostrophe to omit the letter it is getting rid of. According to the Oxford Dictionary, the contracted form of don't is do not. Yet, Webster's Dictionary defines don't as do not or does not. But they do state that does not is generally considered a non-standard usage form of don't. We notice that they omit the letter O in the word not. If we were to read the sentence without the contraction, it would read, "It do not make any difference," which is not grammatically correct. The correct way to read this would be to say, "It does not make any difference," which is using the contraction doesn't. The suffix in apostrophe T can only be added onto auxiliary verbs, and auxiliary verbs do not take tense when placed into a verbal phrase. The main verb does. In this case, the auxiliary verb would be do, and the main verb would be not. When we are saying "it don't make any difference," we are using the third person singular form in the subject it, which means we should be using the verb does instead of do to satisfy subject-verb agreement. After researching my construction, I have come to the conclusion that the word don't is being used incorrectly within the sentence. Using don't instead of doesn't would be considered poor grammar, and the correct way to say it would be, "It doesn't make any difference." Although I have found it being used in place of doesn't in several songs, such as the song "It Don't Make Any Difference" by Kevin Michael or "It Don't Matter to Me" by Bread, which comes to prove that some still use it in this way. Saying "it don't make any difference" would be considered a type of slang, and slang is said to be best avoided in all but fiction and the most informal writing, according to the New York Public Library Writer's Guide to Style and Usage. In conclusion, I believe that this is said more in the South, or if you were to be speaking sarcastically. My construction, "it don't make any difference," can be used when not in formal settings or informal writing, since it is still easily understood.